All right, everybody, welcome back. Got breaking news on this Saturday. Breaking news, you got President Trump been evacuated from the White House Correspondents' Dinner. There's the moments where Trump was evacuated from the White House Correspondents' Dinner after loud noises were heard. You can kind of hear it at the very beginning. All right, it happened quick, so just turn on your ears, and it happens at the beginning. You can kind of hear the shots in the distance. And then people start reacting. So you can hear the shots in the beginning, people reacting. Here's another angle of it. This is just the story all over X right now. So this is Trump getting, I don't know, if someone's in his ear, just telling him something. You're showing him cards and whatnot, then you can hear him react or see him react to the shots fired and people reacting. And it's wild, they didn't even hear that. It's wild because you can hear it, but they didn't even react to it, the ones at the table. I wonder what he was shown on that card, because she reacted more to what he was shown on the card and what that says. Oh, he gave a check. That's a check. He's cutting a check out. Oh, what happened? That's the first time I've seen Melania speak normally. What happened? Okay, and then you had this too, which was very interesting. Leading into the event, because again, I had no interest in the Correspondents' Dinner. I don't care. I don't care about any of these people. I'm waiting for the next round of violent fascism to hit the streets, okay, that this administration does. I don't care about this Hollywood-esque fucking dinner shit. I can't stand it anyways. But listen to this. This was an hour ago before the Correspondents' Dinner even began. Check this out.
Ready to rumble, is he not?
He is ready to rumble. I will tell you, this speech tonight will be classic Donald J. Trump. It'll be funny. It'll be entertaining. There will be some shots fired tonight in the room.
Kind of odd thing to say. Kind of an odd thing to say before shots rang out. One more time, Erica.
Ready to rumble, is he not?
He is ready to rumble. I will tell you, this speech tonight will be classic Donald J. Trump. It'll be funny. It'll be entertaining. There will be some shots fired tonight in the room. So everyone should tune in. It's going to be really great. I'm looking forward to hearing it.
I love it all. And you wrote most of it, you said.
I can't take credit. In true Donald Trump fashion, the man puts his pen to the paper himself. So it's a lot of his own work.
Ready to rumble.
Well, they'll on the nose, Erica. They'll on the nose. I said she knew. Other people are saying it too. I don't know. It's just kind of an odd thing to say before, you know, shots ring out at the Correspondents' Dinner. CNN's Wolf Blitzer describes the incident where he started hearing gunshots near him and a police officer threw Blitzer on the ground. They got the gunman.
After
they got the guy, I guess.
I walked out to simply go to the men's room, but you have to walk up these stairs and walk out, and which I was doing. And as I was walking back towards the door to get back into the big area where the event was taking place, all of a sudden I start hearing gunshots in the hall right near me. And the next thing I knew, a police officer threw me to the ground and was on top of me. And I was listening and watching what was going on. And apparently they got the gunman who had a major weapon there. But it was so worrisome. The noise was so loud in a small area, and all of a sudden I'm seeing gunshots. And then they grab me, the police officers, and they take me back into the men's room where it was safe, and there were about 15 other men who are stuck in there, and they won't let them out. And that's what happened. And then after a while, they let me out, and I'm out now. I'm not back in the ballroom, but everything is apparently closing down. Very scary incident. All of a sudden, a guy with a weapon, and it was a very, very serious weapon.
What weapon?
Shooting, and I happened to have been a few feet away from him as he was shooting. And, of course, the first thing that went through my mind is he trying to shoot me? And I don't think he was trying to shoot me, but I was very close to him as the gunshots were fired. And it was very, very scary, but I'm okay now.
Well, okay, so that's Wolf Blitzer's account of what happened. He said he had like a long rifle. Jake Tapper tells CNN that someone with Secret Service pin says there was a shooter making their way into the building and the shooter was stopped.
People were jumping under tables and people were very upset and worried. And I have some videos, so somebody needs to. We have no signal. There's never any signal here at the Washington Hilton, so I apologize for that. But I have some video to send. But in any case, I have no idea what happened. Somebody with a Secret Service pin said that there was a shooter made his way into the building, but not into the room. And that shooter was stopped. So that's all I know is that shooter was stopped. But people were jumping.
How do you get even that close to the building? Secret security officials evacuate the U.S. House Speaker Mike Johnson. Wow. That's Mike Johnson as a shooter opens fire during the annual White House Correspondents Association dinner. Announcement at the... It's going to resume? What the fuck?
I got it. I'm on Mo's camera.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will be with you shortly. Please stand by. We'll have an announcement in just a minute, but we will be resuming shortly. Thank you.
Yay! Just America. Just in America, you know, you got like a mass shooting attempt at an event the president of the United States is at. I don't like Trump, but like this is the president, right? He's the president. It sucks, but he is. But you have a dude going on trying to go kill people, and then they're like, you know, it's just a minor inconvenience. Everybody take your seats. The event will begin shortly. What in the hell? What in the heck? There's no way. I'm gone. Like, I don't care. Like, if I'm gone. Shots fired at the White House Correspondents' Center. Here's another video.
Everybody's good.
Nice. She said, one shooter, two weapons.
It is now a crime scene. Secret Service is in custody, has the person in custody. Everything's okay. One shooter, no, we know so far. Everybody's good.
Okay. That was 32 minutes ago. Said everybody's good. How do you even get that? How do you even get that close? Police are telling bystanders to stand back at the hotel where the White House Correspondents' Dinner is being held after shots were fired. So here's another clip.
Stay back, stay back, stay back.
Okay, I don't know. Interesting position for the. I don't know. Maybe the Secret Service is trained to hold it there.
Nobody go this way. Is that understood? They are evacuating. It's not someone coming in.
Were you guys bored on your Saturday night? Never fear, the Trump administration exists. Police rush to the scene following shooting at the White House Correspondents' Dinner. So just some more clips coming in of everything. I'm not seeing any reports of anybody being shot yet. Or I'm not seeing any gunshot victims, other than I saw reporting that the gunman was apprehended and I had seen killed, but I want to verify that before. Let me look this up really quick now. See, we got news reporting in. Trump rushed off stage. So President Trump was swiftly escorted off the stage by Secret Service after possible shots were fired at the White House Correspondents' Dinner. Vice President J.D. Vance and members of Trump's cabinet, who were also in attendance, were also rushed out. Source told CNN that Trump is safe, and according to an administration official, cabinet members are all safe. Several U.S. Secret Service agents yelled shots fired at the White House Correspondents' Association dinner. One agent announced the shooter was in custody. Okay, so custody. Apprehended. What does Politico say? Trump evacuated from White House Correspondents' Association dinner. President Donald Trump and other administration officials were ushered out of the White House Correspondents' Association dinner on Saturday night as guests were forced to duck due to an unspecified threat. The program will resume momentarily. So if you were watching the Correspondents' Dinner, don't worry. You'll get to continue watching it. It remains unclear exactly what the threat at the event was, which is hosted at the hotel in Washington. The president was joined at the event by a host of White House officials, including J.D. Vance, Stephen Miller, Pete Hegseth, and Tulsi Gabbard. The White House did not immediately respond to a request for comment regarding the status of the event, even though we heard it over the video clip that they're going to resume shortly, right?
Ladies and gentlemen, we will be with you shortly. Please.
So they haven't gotten a White House response, but at the dinner itself, they said it was going to resume. Okay, what else you got here? USA Today, Trump evacuated from White House press dinner. I got live updates now. Ballroom smells of gunpowder. This is just 2 minutes ago. A strong smell of gunfire hung in the air as the chaotic scene unfolded in the basement ballroom of the of the Washington Hilton Hotel, where the White House Correspondents Association annual dinner is taking place, according to reports in the room. Muffled bangs were heard by guests. Chairs littered the ballroom as reporters and guests ducked for cover. Secret Service rushed in from the main entrance. Speaker Mike Johnson, Louisiana Republican, who was guest of the USA Today, was in the bathroom at the time. His wife, Kelly, was seated with reporters and editors at USA Today when the incident occurred and safe under the table. After the apparent threat was said to be cleared, maroon cloth napkins were seen scattered across the floor like confetti. Okay. The dinner's going to resume. Here it says at 9:05, President Trump was eating dinner and speaking with CBS News reporter Weijia Jiang and others seated on a raised platform when a series of loud bangs erupted, which again, if you're just tuning in, was this clip here. Oops. They're likely going to have even more coming in too. I mean, this is what happens when you have a president with an approval rating of like the worst of all time. And then you also have bad actors within your own political movement, right? MAGA is fucked. MAGA itself, like, wants to do this to each other, right? It's destroying itself. So I'm not like, obviously this happened. There were shots fired. This all like happened. It's whether or not like what caused it to happen, who funded it, who was responsible that had this person do it, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. What was the point of it? Obviously, all these questions will need to be answered as we go on here. Because you don't just, I mean, this is, you don't, I guess only during Trump, which should speak to something, but only under Trump can you have gunmen get this close to the president of the United States, right? Multiple times. Where you just have fucking shots fired at the president and it's for Trump. And that should be a reflection of his own weakness and his own political party's weakness to prevent this from even becoming a thing or even happening or however it happens.
Katie, do you have all your stuff? Yep, I'm fine.
So I got a YouTube chat subscriber only. It got a lot of MAGA not happy that I don't know. I don't care about him anymore. But is that Stephen Miller? Oh no, the salad.
Go to your right. Go to your right.
Oh, thank you, Mod Dicky. Keep doing that, please. Why is your jaw like that, Pete? What's going on with your jaw? Boy's got the coke jaw, boy. Oh, with the USA afterwards. USA, hell yeah. This is USA, brother. Shots fired, USA. Got another one here. Hello from backstage 10 minutes ago. We're in a hold behind the stage right now. Staff are going out to reset the head table. POTUS never left and is down the hall from me. He wants the show to go on. Oh my God. We're going to have another fight thing. Oh my God. We're told by his detail, someone tried to get through the MAGA. Oh, because his approval rating is so bad. MAGA is so shit. It's so bad. It's a weekend. It's a White House Correspondents' Dinner. So it's like you're supposed to glaze the president and do jokes and stuff, but there's no jokes to even tell. Like, what jokes do you tell? The Trump put himself as Jesus, and like we have just the raccoon penis being stolen by the health secretary. You got, I mean, we're bombing. We're starting another war. I don't know. Many different things, multiple different things are happening that leads to why MAGA is just not it anymore. Like, and it never was, in my opinion. But like, they won in 2024, and now we have to deal with that. And because we're having to deal with that, and MAGA is what it is, the approval rating is just in the toilet, right? Because America can now see Trump for what he is. Most of us were able to see Trump for what he was and MAGA for what it was before the election. And unfortunately, more in the country did not or refused to see that and wanted to deal with it anyway. So it was like, actually bring Trump back. Bring him back. But a lot of his election strategy in 2024 is like what he's doing now. And this was before this event happened, right? I'm not even talking about the assassination attempt yet, but I'm talking like the same campaign speeches, the same drivel, it's the exact same strategy he's employing now that he did in 2024, except for he's not running. It's the midterm elections. We have the midterm elections. There's a bunch of governor races taking place. There's a lot of stuff happening this year. It's a big year for voting, big year for elections. So I'm glad people are safe or whatever. I'm glad it doesn't seem anybody was shot, at least now. We don't have any reports of that happening. But it seems like par for the course for this administration, right? Seems like something they do and they've done, because I don't believe he was actually, the first assassination attempt in Pennsylvania, I feel was staged. I feel that was staged completely. I don't have enough information on this yet to come away from that conclusion, but from Pennsylvania, I don't believe that was legit at all. I was in Ukraine that day that happened, actually. So we're told by his details, someone tried to get through the mags with a gun. The counter assault team did their job, unclear what that means, and the subject is now off site. POTUS was evacuated to a hold. The rest of us from the head table are down the hall from him. Secret Service had to determine if there were any other threats. We are being told there are no threats. The building is not being evacuated, and we are waiting for, like, in what reality is this okay in general? We have a gun issue in the United States. We do. We have gun problem. We have a lot of mass shootings in the United States and people bringing a firearm into a heavily populated area. And yeah, I don't like Trump. I don't want to see him. I don't want to see this happen. This type of shit will just embolden MAGA, which is why I feel Trump kind of plays into it. We'll see how this plays out. But like, this isn't how Trump needs to go to prison, right? Trump needs to go to jail. He needs to face accountability for everything he's done. So, and I wouldn't support any type of a terrorist fucking attack on the president, no matter who the president is. Okay. Just because also it will affect innocent people. And there's just no way that I would ever support something like that, period. So that being said, why is it consistent that Trump has shooting? Like, why does this happen around Donald Trump often? He's the president of the United States. Yeah, this shouldn't even be normal. January 6th, we can start at January 6th and you can go from there through the 2024 election. And how much, and then remember the protest team that was able to go in, the Code Pink, they didn't have a gun on them or anything, but they were able to like raid the restaurant he was in. I can't, if you guys remember this or not, but they raided the restaurant he was in and protested him, I don't like Code Pink, but they protested him. But it felt like it was manufactured. It felt like there's no way you get that close to the president of the United States. Doesn't matter who it is. Doesn't matter if it's a Democrat, Republican, or whatever. You don't get that close. That you just do not, right? Except for like when shit's coordinated, like January 6th, or I feel other situations. Very interesting. Very interesting. How does this even happen? President Trump refused to leave the dinner, is expected to return.
But also to celebrate the free press. And we are now getting word that the President of the United States, as Chandler and I were discussing a few moments ago.
But also he needs to rope back in his dedicated base that have left him now. And they have been. And he sees it. Not just regular people, but influencers, propagandists are dropping him like on a daily basis now. Like the most right-wing people you've ever unfortunately seen in your life are starting to turn against Trump. Okay. And like, he obviously is feeling that because those people helped him win. Those people carried his lies and his propaganda to help him win the election. And obviously like everything else. So he sees it, and the approval rating and his ratings are not up. Maybe doing something to get the ratings up could be, because this will like MAGA will be like, oh, we have to remember what we're here for type shit, right? We're here for Trump. He's our savior. And yeah, we were all arguing for the past 4 months. We got to stop. MAGA will do that. Right? MAGA will do that. They'll cult harder. They did in 2024. This is when like Elon came out and said, oh, we got to endorse Trump now after the assassination attempt or whatever. So I feel this is a strategy. Well, I don't know too much. I don't know enough information about this shooting yet to come away with that for sure. But, you know, when you got a pattern like this,
will in fact make his way back to the stage at the Hilton there. And that is not a surprise. For those of us who know him, who've been around him, he seems like the kind of person who would say, there's no way I'm not going to finish this show if at all possible. And that's the word we are getting at this.
And then you don't evacuate the building. Trump doesn't actually get evacuated out of the building. He was evacuated out of the room, not evacuated from the building. Like he wasn't like, the president should be in no matter who the president is, just again, if you don't like him, it's fine. He should be in like a secure place, right? Or like a secure, like government funded, taxpayer funded bunker that we've given these people, right? You just had a potential terrorist attack, assassination attempt. I don't know. Shots were fired at the White House Correspondents' Dinner of the government. Of the federal government, from the president to his cabinet. It was clearly like an attempt here at something, but you don't evacuate the building, you don't evacuate the president, and they say the event will go on still. I don't know, man. It's either like it was legit and it was a legit terror attack or assassination attempt, and like it was like, oh boy, we can't even spin that. We just got to keep the event going. We need the money. Or it could have been a setup. There's no way you just continue the event as normal. Like, brother, especially the approval rating, people aren't even tuning in anyways. Like they will now, and that's maybe why. Does he have an event? Does he have a speech he's got to make tonight? People weren't watching this. I was getting ready. I got my racing wheel ready. I was getting ready to do some racing. I had to pull this off my desk and start covering this stupid shit. It's Saturday. It's a Saturday. I want to talk about Donald Trump at 8:30 p.m. on a Saturday night, but he looks like he's giving us a reason to. Because why wouldn't you not evacuate? I don't understand why the entire building wasn't evacuated. President Trump was reported uninjured, and other top leaders of the United States were evacuated from an annual dinner of White House correspondents on Saturday night after an unspecified threat. There did not immediately appear to be any injuries, and one law enforcement official said a shooter opened fire. The Secret Service and other authorities swarmed the banquet hall at the Washington Hilton, as guests ducked under the tables by the hundreds. Out of the way, sir, someone yelled. Others yelled to duck. Some in the crowd reported hearing what they believed to be 5 to 8 shots fired. The banquet hall, where hundreds of prominent journalists, celebrities, and national leaders were awaiting Trump's speech, immediately evacuated. I should pull up the live. They have the live feed of the status quo's covering it. Oh. Where's are they at is this right now?
The Secret Service tell folks to get down.
Oh no, we gotta pull up C-SPAN. What's that guy's stream doing? Let's pull up C-SPAN. Boy, we watch C-SPAN when some no shit.
Cabinet secretaries were whisked toward the dais.
This is live.
I found it very interesting that that's how he observed the situation.
Hey, Greta, I know when we've replayed now a couple of times the incident itself, and Karen Bohan and Mike Dubke on the set with me, we could all hear the boom, 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 boom. Did you hear it when you were in the room?
All the people in the chairs
Was that
did.
to me, Peter?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, I did not hear gunshots. What people have described as what they thought were gunshots. I did not hear that. I heard what sounded like a tray clashing to the ground. People shouting, "Get down, get down!" And when I turned to look at the dais, as I said earlier, the president, first lady, the vice president, they were gone. It happened incredibly quickly. And then you couldn't, from where we were at, you could not see where there was a person in the room or a suspect in the room. Everyone was down. The room was pretty quiet. And then the Secret Service, the law enforcement started streaming in. You saw them jumping on chairs. They were quickly traversing the room on chairs and moving toward the front of the room, moving toward the principals in the room to get them out of the ballroom. It happened very quickly.
Do we have a suspect?
Greta, thanks for the update, and I hope we can check back in with you in a little while. It sounds like Greta will not be getting back in. Mike Dubke, we're going to go back and show the Truth Social and the Truth Social post that the president put out at 9:17 this evening. Can you confirm that he types those himself? That he takes out a device and types those, or does he?
I can confirm that every one of the posts that goes out, he has seen and approved.
So he doesn't write them himself.
Necessarily type every single one out. That's generally for maybe minor ones. I would almost guarantee you that he typed this one out himself.
That he typed this one out himself.
Yes.
Quite an evening in D.C. Secret Service and law enforcement did a fantastic job. They acted quickly and bravely. The shooter has been apprehended, and I have recommended that we let the show go on, but will entirely be guided by law enforcement. They will make a decision shortly. Regardless of that decision, the evening will be much different than planned, and we'll just plain have to do it again. You're going to have another one?
Karen Bohan, it has
another correspondence center for what?
Social media been valuable to you as a reporter?
Well, it's valuable that we always know what he's thinking. And as a reporter, you know, you're used to most presidents.
Okay. How can we sane wash this? I get it, C-SPAN, but like, brother, not like, I get it. They have to, though. C-SPAN is not partisan whatsoever. So it's like, but it's going to sound insane. It's going to sound insane because they have to sane wash. Yeah, this is, I mean, we get a really a good glimpse into the president's psyche. It's like when he posted Jesus as himself and, you know, he wants the show to go on. So apparently this is a new video coming in. Trump taking cover after shooting at the White House Correspondents' Dinner. I wonder what the TAC team's doing like before that. So they're just like backstage, just full, like he's got his nods on. So you're just like sitting back there, like fully decked out, ready to go. Caitlin Collins from CNN said, "We're inside the ballroom of the Hilton. One Secret Service agent told me the shooter is confirmed dead." And that was Caitlin Collins from CNN. "One Secret Service agent told me the shooter is dead." Agents swarmed the room within minutes of shots being heard, running down the main aisle. But because cabinet officials are seated throughout the room, many of them remained on the floor, crouched under the tables as the president was evacuated from stage. Update: Trump says the shooter has been apprehended. So is he dead or is he alive? Yeah, it was. What's going on here? Cash Patel got him, guys. Cash Patel's on the case. Don't worry, Cash Patel's on it. They'll find the shooter. Feels like we've already used Trump. Yeah, he's already done this one. I don't know. See if it works. Bold move. Bold strategy, Cotton. So find out if it works. The scene from the red carpet at the White House Correspondents' Dinner, moments after multiple shots fired on the other side of the doors to the ballroom. Okay, so just more clips.
Where's it coming from? Crossfire! Look out! Watch out! Move, move, move! Everybody stay down, stay down!
Crazy. CNN airs footage of the president being rushed off stage. What, did Trump fall over or what, dude? What, did he fall down or what the fuck? He can't get out of his chair? Oh, they're probably like, get down, stand up. It's like a lot of commands at once. Probably told him to get down on the ground, and then the other one was like, no, get up, we got to get out of here. They had him chained to the chair. You guys bored tonight? Well, you're not now. Footage shows the Secretary of State, Marco Rubio. Marco. What the hell's going on, Steven? Give us answers. He's just a chief DC correspondent. New York Post. Suspect dead after shooting. Is he apprehended or dead, though? Shooter at the White House Correspondents' Dinner was armed with rifle and magazines. Okay, this was from Eyewitness Report to the Wall Street Journal. 9:30, so just 7 minutes ago. And I can't because I don't have a stupid subscription. Is it on AP? It's got to be on AP. Got to be live. Where's the live? Trump advance evacuated. Trump says shooter has been apprehended. Trump said the shooter has been apprehended in a post to Truth Social about 30 minutes following a security incident, but like he's dead, according to others. So AP updated a minute ago, but you're getting conflicting reporting. Unsure if he's dead or alive. Unsure. I can't believe they're going to continue the dinner either. That's the craziest thing so far. I like how even me thought that this was Erica Kirk. I said Erica Kirk at the start. That's clearly Caroline Leavitt. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I caught myself too. I was like, wait, I called her Erica Kirk. Chat did too. I was reading chat. I was like, fuck. But whatever. No, it doesn't matter. Following the reports of shots fired at the White House Correspondents' Dinner, reports say that U.S. Secret Service now has suspect in custody. So that was in custody. Are they dead? I don't know who you're talking at, Wick. This is unacceptable. This is not the way. Do not do this. I don't know who you're talking at. Trump says the shooter was apprehended, but he wants the show to go on. This answers it. Seems like they never got through the mags. My God, truly cannot believe how someone with a gun could get into an event with this level of security. It should be a reported image of the White House Correspondents' Dinner shooter in custody. Oh, there you go. So not dead. very much not dead. Image of the shooter right here. Or maybe, I don't know, maybe dead and just laying there. Didn't get past the lobby area, it looks like. Exclusive images via Scripps News and EW Scripps staffer showing the suspected gunman at the 2026 White House Correspondents' Dinner tackled to the ground by Secret Service. There you go. Scripps News. Never heard of them. Oh, he's getting medical attention, so probably shot. I don't know, dead though. Yeah, bookmark that so we can come back to that. Bookmark this. So you got, this is just two different angles. So the camera angle from here is just on the other side. It's like from over here. Looking at him from the kitty corner of the stairs.
Tonight, he wanted to continue despite the news, but has to follow security protocol.
Oh, it's canceled then?
I said earlier tonight that journalism is a public service because when there is an emergency, we run to the crisis, not away from it. And on a night when we are thinking about the freedoms in the First Amendment, we must also think about how fragile they are. I saw all of you reporting.
Was she hanging out with Pete Hegseth before this or what? Looks like the event's been canceled.
So, thank God everybody's safe. And thank you for coming together tonight. We will do this again.
We'll do this again.
Thank you.
Got into Cash Patel's stash.
Well, with that said, it looks like we'll be hearing from the president in about 30 minutes.
Oh.
Meantime, we do want to hear from our viewers as well. We're going to put the numbers up on the screen. 202 is the area
God
code.
damn it.
748-8001
Of course.
for Republicans, 748-8000 for Democrats, and 748-8002 for Independents. Now, Karen Bohan, former editor-in-chief of USA Today. Mike Dubke, former communications director in the first Trump administration. I want to note that when Weijia was speaking, we were all listening very intently, but when she said that the president was holding a press conference in 30 minutes, we all laughed. Why did we laugh? I mean, I think we all found it relieving or amusing. I'm not sure.
Amusing, but also a little odd that a journalist is announcing that the president is holding a
From
press
CBS
conference instead of a press secretary. I mean, it was a little.
Yeah, where's Caroline Levitt?
The first indication that we got that the president will be speaking publicly. You know, he had written on Truth Social that he wanted the show to go on, but he still does want to speak publicly.
Wow.
Why did you laugh?
I laughed because it just quickly dawned on me that the president got one up on the press once again. That's what.
Gotta turn it off. Gotta turn it off. Nope. When did C-SPAN start getting MAGA on their... no way, bro. No way they have a MAGA. That guy's MAGA on C-SPAN. That should be illegal. MAGA should be nowhere near C-SPAN. That's insane. There's no way. Oh, this is just Trump owning the media once again. What do you mean, bro? What are you talking about? Security officials react as shooter opens fire with the annual White House Correspondents Association dinner. There you go. Another photo coming in. It's just another example of Trump owning the fake news media by putting CBS lady up there. Maybe you guys all laughed because this is like, it was cope. They all laughed because this is cope, because like that's all you can do right now. Like, what else do you do? Fox WHCD shooting suspect attempted to charge the metal detectors at the venue entrance, shot at Secret Service. Source says they tried to breach security and were not able to. And that's so the dinner's not going to continue.
Went through my.
So it sounds like he is still at the Hilton.
So this was just posted by Trump then? He just posted a new one 8 minutes ago. Law enforcement has requested that we leave the premises consistent with the protocol, which we will do immediately. I will be giving a press conference in 30 minutes from the White House press briefing room. The First Lady plus the Vice President and all cabinet members are in perfect condition. We will be speaking to you in half an hour. I've spoken with all representatives in charge of the event, and we will be scheduling within 30 days. Reschedule. There will be White House Correspondents' Dinner 2 that no one's asking for. There you go. So they're going to leave following law enforcement protocol.
I will be giving a press conference in 30 minutes from the White House.
He's going to be talking in 30 minutes.
First, in that Truth Social, that's how it would have been.
In perfect condition is a Trumpism.
I would, if you're asking me my expert opinion, that's what I would say.
All right,
yes.
one more time before he has to exit the ballroom. John McArdle is at the Washington Hilton. Mr. McArdle, any updates that we don't know yet?
Not from a MAGA loser.
John is not in the ballroom, or if he is, he cannot hear us. But let's take a couple calls from our viewers, see what their reaction is to this. And we'll take those calls right after, one more time, let's replay the events of now about an hour, hour and a half ago. And this is what happened, and this is what caused the tumbling of events. Let's watch.
That's crazy. You know what's crazy is people were reacting and you could hear people moving and clearly like freaking out well before the president even like you can't, I don't know. Like for me, if someone's talking to me and like in front of me, people are freaking out and shit's happening. I'm like, he's just in his own, like he's in his own world. There was other people reacting before he did. He's truly in his own world. Holy shit.
And
didn't even flinch.
8:25 this evening. Mike Dubke, we were walking through that and we saw Wei Zhejiang put her hand to her mouth.
Yep.
But then we saw the covering of the president. They didn't necessarily take him out of the room. What were they doing?
They were making sure that he was removed from being a target of whatever the noise was, whatever was happening there, assessing the situation to make sure that they could get him up and move him out. It was, again, I hate keep referencing this, but we saw a very similar action in Butler, and you've seen this with other presidents as well, where they...
More unfortunate news. Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey was at the White House Correspondents' Dinner, apparently. He's fine. Wait, so the dinner is going to... Wait, what does she say completely? So it's going to continue? No, it's going to be rescheduled. People need to stop posting before information's coming in. Stop this. Stop doing this. It's not. It's being rescheduled. I can't stand accounts that do this, bro. Don't post information until it's like for sure.
This is a room full of reporters, so I know you've already seen the president's tweet. My apologies, his post on Truth Social.
Oh, she's hammered.
And law enforcement has requested that we leave the premises consistent with protocol. And he wanted to emphasize that nobody was hurt. He and the First Lady, the cabinet, everybody's safe.
Also true. Good point from C-SPAN, though. Why did Caroline Leavitt not come out and do this? Or like, why did, I don't know, some random CBS DC correspondent? Or I think she's this. I think she's the senior DC CBS person, but still, you have a press secretary.
The president will be having a press briefing at the White House in 30 minutes. That is not a joke. And he insists that we will reschedule this event in the next 30 days. And that he wanted to do it tonight. He wanted to continue despite the news, but has to follow security protocol. I said earlier tonight that journalism is a public service because when there is an emergency, we run to the crisis, not away from it. And on a night when we are thinking about the
Or if you're CBS, you join the crisis.
freedoms in the First
You
Amendment,
fund the
we
crisis.
must also think about how fragile they are. I saw all of you reporting, and that's what we do.
It's my job. Best job I ever had. Don't sound an ass. Shut
I
up.
just want to give you a sense of the end of this here at the White House Correspondents' Dinner. You can see the journalists are all making their way out. I'm standing next to the ABC News table. Drinks are half drunk and plates are half trays. But
Not their
the
drinks.
room is clearing out. There was that announcement you heard from Wei Zhang that there will be that statement from the White House and that it's going to be happening.
You lefties are sick. Brother, I don't want Trump to die this way, or I don't want something to happen to him like this. But the day Trump does die, I'm doing a live stream and we're celebrating. Like, I'm going to smoke the most weed on stream. I promise you. Like, it will be a celebration day. But this would not be a call for a celebration because this is like, this is like, again, like, what's the security here? What's the actual security apparatus? There isn't one, doesn't seem.
They're going to make their way down.
So it's like,
It is a long walk and
people that, this would involve innocent people that aren't MAGA or Trump being killed too.
Is it important to be in the Brady
But the day he croaks because of his own health or whatever, I mean, I'm
instead of watching it on TV.
going to turn up.
I think for the reporters,
Be the best day ever.
and there are a lot of reporters in this room who cover other beats. They cover the Pentagon, they cover the State Department. For the reporters who cover the White House,
You are sick? No, I'm not.
They're going to want to be in the press room and be there for that.
So really quick, we got an update. Since we're waiting for Trump to update everybody now, President Trump will deliver a statement in the White House briefing room. So you're going to have a White House press briefing room. After she said that there will be some shots fired today. This was Caroline Leavitt, which again is so funny that you know what's funny? You know what's funny? I'm not the only one that got it wrong and said that this. Oh, I didn't say it in my post, but like when I saw this clip, I'm like, that's Erica Kirk. And like she knew, but it wasn't. It's Caroline Leavitt. But I wasn't the only one. So many other social media users are reposting this that this is Caroline or this is Erica Kirk, but it's not. We'll listen to Caroline Leavitt before the event began. Check this out.
Ready to rumble, is he not?
He is ready to rumble. I will tell you, this speech tonight will be classic Donald J. Trump. It'll be funny. It'll be entertaining. There will be some shots fired tonight in the room. So everyone should tune in. It's going to be really great. I'm looking forward to hearing it.
I love it all. And you wrote most of it, you said.
I can't take credit. In true Donald Trump fashion, the man puts his pen to the paper himself. So it's a lot of his own work.
There will be some shots fired in the room tonight. How did she know? BG on the scene is out there. We heard shots inside the fucking hotel that will have been set outside the Washington Hilton where the White House Correspondents' Dinner is being held.
You heard shots inside the fucking hotel. What? I need my fucking car. I need to get out of here. Do you mind telling us a little?
And so people outside, CNN reporting that Erica Kirk was at the dinner and was seen leaving in tears. Isn't that her thing?
Do you think your students are connected to the larger world?
The pool has left the Hilton, indicating Trump will not return.
Definitely. I mean, I think this is something that they take seriously, and they want to be vocal about, and they want to participate in. And I think this type of thing like truly scares them. And you know, I'm 38 years old. I'm a millennial. Like I feel like we've been through a lot. So you know, this type of thing, unfortunately.
Very good point. Hold on, stop. Very good point. When this situation happens, every person there can't just leave, or like you're not supposed to, because what if there's other threats in the room? What if they have other shooters like in the room and they were positioned in there? This person just walking around drinking still. What there was just an attempt to there was just a mass shooting attempt at the White House Correspondents' Dinner that the President of the United States was sitting at, and they're treating it as if it was just the air conditioning blew out. Sorry guys. Oh man, it's hot in here. Gotta get some air in here. The air conditioner's broken. We'll try again in 30 days. And like every single person in there should be able to leave. This should be a whole, like, there should be nothing else happening but an investigation. Like that should be the only thing happening. Then every single person in there. But I guess not. Here's a video now of the shooter. Very hard to see. They're shooters laying on their side. Unclear if, what their alive status is, actually. Stop trying to kill our president? What are you talking about? Stop trying to kill him. MS Now reports that Secret Service says the suspect is in custody, but the condition is unknown. All right, so the people that were posting, he's dead, need to not be on social media for like 24 hours. It's always the worst when this shit happens because you have accounts that will just post whatever. A person is in custody after a shooting incident near a security checkpoint at the White House. A shooting incident, huh? Okay. No injuries reported. 59 seconds ago. Oh, don't worry. The FBI's on it, guys. The shooter's in custody. The FBI said the shooter is in custody and that its Washington field office is responding to it. They had to wake Kash Patel up. They had to wake him up. He's on it. Officer shot in bullet restraint vest at Correspondents' Dinner, but is expected to be okay. So one individual was shot, which seems to be an officer. It's the first reports of anybody being hit with a bullet 6 minutes ago. Hit in the vest, but is expected to be okay. And I haven't seen any other reports of a bullet hitting someone other than this right here. Short update, but that's what we got. Yeah, I already showed you guys. Trump said they're leaving. And he's going to be doing a press briefing from the press pool room. The attempted shooter at the White House Correspondents' Dinner is 31-year-old Thomas Cale Allen from Torrance, California. He's in custody. Is this the person? I want to make sure this is legit. Not seeing anything else on this yet. 31-year-old, I don't know. Who is this person? Born USSR, raised Brooklyn, now South Florida, Jew. Columnist at New York Post. Okay, so probably need to wait. Probably need an additional source. Probably need another one before I go full send on that one. I'm at the White House. I'm at the Washington Correspondents' Dinner. First, I'd like to thank law enforcement for their swift response in preventing a tragedy. Second, almost everything you're reading about this incident on X is false. There were multiple shooters and what? You know, all Republicans who were defending triple tapping little girls in school are now delivering sanctimonious lectures about morality. How do they do that? If you're like, why are liberals condemning this as if like it was somebody that, like, why are you saying anything? Especially after the first assassination attempts, which are like definitely suspect at best. In terms of like those shootings are like doesn't seem to be legit.
Partisan media.
Like, shut up.
Circumstances.
Who knows what this was? Trump probably could have set this up himself, and you got liberals on X and shit like this. We got to condemn this for what?
Intent on the lawn, which was suggested earlier.
Whatever.
But I am just
Albert. When you talk about the media, are you singling out any particular media?
I would say all of
condemning something that Trump probably orchestrated himself.
Basically trying to go through and preach to their own choir at this point. You have everybody. You have the Democrats on one side, you have the Republicans on the other. There is no true independent voice left at this point. It doesn't exist anymore.
Thank you, Albert, in Columbus, Ohio. On our Republican line, Karen Bohan. How do you make those, as a former editor-in-chief of USA Today, how would you address Albert's concerns if he wrote into you?
So I think that there is a misunderstanding about
this is live outside right now.
Journalists are drawn to a beat.
Okay, well, this is live on BG on the Scene. There are tons of independent voices too, by the way. Anybody that says there's no true middle is like probably conservative. Anyone that's crying for a middle in this country right now is conservative, that like MAGA was stolen from their Republican Party, I guess, and they still want to be conservative and be all the things that created MAGA to begin with, but not with MAGA, because MAGA just shows their true selves in 4K. MAGA shows the worst of the Republican Party and what people truly believe in the conservative side of things. Right? They constantly are like, I'm not afraid to say it, right? I'm not afraid to say the quiet part out loud. Why do you think they're saying that? Because majority of conservatives believe the same thing. They just don't want to say what MAGA does, because it's like, it's too loud. Too loud. But then they cry that there's no middle ground. Why don't we not have a true middle in this country? There is no middle, especially right now. If you want to be on a fence, who wants to sit on a fence right now? These are all the journalists being evacuated out of the building now, which should have happened immediately, by the way. Like, this should have happened right away. This event now was an hour and a half ago. Like, this should have been I don't know. And then they're not checking anyone on the way out, or are they? Could be Secret Service at the door up there patting people down as they leave. And honestly, if you do want middle ground, it's the Democratic Party. They're mid. They're middle, actually. Like most liberals and Democrats are not pushing the fold beyond like status quo. So if you are truly looking for the middle, it's most of the Democratic Party. Except for like the few progressive voices that are actually trying to drive things in a direction, but they get shit on. You wanted to see the magic tricks? I'm sorry. Sorry you got your magic tricks taken away. They were gonna sway Trump with magic. His speech is gonna be soon here. No, this is not. No, yeah, you're right. Don't. This is not an event in which we like. Oh, this is a time to look into the country and reflect. Absolutely the fuck not. No, we gotta win. Midterms are happening. MAGA's still in power. Trump is not a character in which you like rally the country together. And like, oh man, we need to put our differences aside for this one. That's not what this is at all. Maybe for a more honorable person, definitely not Donald Trump. Hey, dunk on you. Welcome back. If anything, like if you are MAGA and you're watching and you're like, oh my God, this is the worst. Like most of the country is going to think this was staged because Donald Trump and MAGA are so fake and they lie every single day. So most of the country will like see this either later or tomorrow or I don't know. And they'll be like, you know, it ain't going to be like oh, let's have a reflection. Oh, this is the turning point. It's just not. Especially when we've already had multiple attempts on Trump and they come out suspect. So this is live from BG on the scene, guys. Outside the Hilton. White House Correspondents' Dinner. Like the video too if you guys could. We have 685 likes. Could you guys all hit the like button, help the stream get out there? We're waiting on Trump to speak from the White House. Trump wanted the event to continue. It's going to be rescheduled in a month, apparently.
Now, I want to go back to what our friend Mike Dubke suggested a little bit earlier, former Trump administration person, saying, why not set up a tent on the South Lawn and have the dinner there, all the security protocols are in place, et cetera, et cetera. As a journalist, an independent journalist, what's your reaction to the White House hosting the White House Correspondents' Dinner?
So it's the White House Correspondents' Dinner, and it is at its heart about the press and about the reporters.
When you have an administration like this that doesn't care about the press, trying to destroy the First Amendment, actually, all MAGA's lies about, oh, Trump saved the First, yeah, my ass he did. Just like he stopped all these wars. And we're not going to start any new wars. Yeah, same president. So it's only like destroy journalism. Which at a corporate scale, it sucks. Sorry, but corporate media did it to themselves too. It's like two things are true. Trump obviously is like against all media, and he wants to actually destroy the First Amendment. But then you also have corporate-owned media companies that have dominated the broadcast waves in this country for decades and decades, and have only led us into this. Right? They've only led us to where we're at. And why more and more independent journalists are coming out. Like when Barry Weiss was chosen as head of CBS, it hurt a lot of people because they really like CBS. And I'm like, it's a corporate media. They're going to go where the money is. And don't care about you.
Under the table. Under the table.
One camera that's officially allowed to be at this.
The so-called pool.
The pool for this event. And unfortunately, most of these media organizations do not invite their camera crews to the dinner. So you're seeing a lot of camera angles on cell phones by individuals who don't do this for a living.
Got to save the wine.
In front of the camera and not behind the camera. So your C-SPAN's going to have the best coverage of this, I think.
Yeah,
I like how there's people back here like, hell no, we paid for this table. We're still eating. Still back there drinking.
Austin is in Worden, Montana, Republican line. Hi, Austin.
Hi, good afternoon, panel.
We're listening.
My question for the panel is, how come the government doesn't do a case study on my great state of Montana? I want to say...
We're going to just leave our friend in Montana to his own opinions on whatever he was talking about. Holly in Zion.
There's immigrants in Montana.
You're on C-SPAN now.
We gotta ice them. And then MAGA's like, why is there no center in this country? Wah. But like they're fascists and want to like kill all brown people.
I'm a very normal mother of three Midwestern. I'm a registered Republican, but I voted Democrat the last time. And I just want to say the fact that there was a mentalist there who we've never had before, and it was because, according to the people that were interviewed early, the president doesn't take jokes very well. And so, obviously, you know, when they planned this, they knew what kind of temperament he had. And I just think this whole scenario looks a little bit like
a false flag.
It just doesn't ring true to me.
Right.
I mean, I don't want to be a
Say
conspiracy
it.
theorist.
Just say it. It's okay.
Crazy person. But
MAGA does this all day. It's fine. This is what MAGA does every day, 24 hours a day. Everything's a conspiracy.
Evacuated. The seal was left. The correspondence were left.
Ladies cooking.
And the president was the one that first made the response on his social media post about wanting to continue, wanting to give his speech, wanting to, and just none of this seems
real. Real.
Draw this, draw this to a conclusion. What
are you saying?
Do you mean it doesn't seem normal? Just
it doesn't seem like
get one statement.
Okay, if this was the plan to have this be interrupted in some dramatic fashion to draw our attention by this mentalist in agreement with the president or the White House, I think that's really awful.
All right, Holly in Zionsville, Indiana, as she says, a Midwestern normal mother. What do you think about
Told
that
you.
process?
That's what the majority of the country is going to think.
The way that this all went down after the fact, it seemed very normal to me in terms of how the Secret Service reacted, and given that it was probably 2 floors away and
normal, just normal things, right? Normal things are happening.
The Secret Service reacted, and
it's so normal.
Given that it was probably.
Let's do selfies after the shooting. Yeah, I mean, let's talk. Let's sane wash this event. Actually, this is a very routine event. Yeah, that's why this is dumb. You don't need to condemn something that stop it. Like if you're a liberal and you influence politics, you do not have any responsibility to condemn this. And if you do, I'm going to call you a clown. I will literally call you a fucking clown, and you just want you want to huff that social media likes. You're going to get some conservatives that will like your shit. Yeah, good statement, brother. Hell yeah. The fuck are you condemning, bro?
Probably 2 floors away, and it wasn't a direct threat.
What are you condemning?
In the room, they quickly assessed that. I'm not sure I'm there. In terms of the entertainment, I mean, the entertainment, and you would be better to speak to this than I am, but through the years, the entertainment has changed at the White House, at this correspondence dinner. I think we're used to the over-the-top comedians of the past several years, but that didn't always used to be the case, is my understanding.
Well, so also the entertainer for the evening, Oz Perlman, was chosen before it was clear whether the president would be attending or not. And the other thing I want to clarify about Oz Perlman, as I when that was announced, I wasn't familiar with what a mentalist is. And, you know, when I heard it was magic, I thought it would be magic tricks. And, you know, he is somebody who is very, very entertaining. I actually happened to hear him on the Joe Rogan show. And, you know, what he does.
Ew, what happened to C-SPAN, brother? What the fuck happened to C-SPAN? I saw him on Joe Rogan. Oh, this is just Trump owning the media. What is happening? Oh my God. I gotta turn it off. Gotta turn it off. What the fuck happened to C-SPAN? Oh, this is great. Joe. If you have Joe Rogan and comedy in the same sentence, you're in the wrong place. Not one fucking Joe Rogan comedy special has been funny, let alone his like Kill Tony sucks. Every single, except for like the comedians that are like now separated from him that are still living in California, but that Joe Rogan, Austin, Texas entire comedy sphere sucks. They suck. Not funny. No funny. Zero funny. So they had a Joe Rogan comedian in there. What the hell is a mentalist, anyways? What the hell is that?
Boy, balance up. 4-5, 4-5.
Uh-oh.
Hold this for me, please.
It's an emergency. Crisis.
Can you hold this? Seriously.
Get the white balance.
Right here.
Nice, here you go. She didn't want to be on camera. I feel it.
5-10 minutes at PPO. Can you have it?
Yeah, Kill Tony's ass. It's never been funny. And you guy's not funny either. He can't handle a joke at himself either.
Good? Oh, I'll go this way. It's fine.
That was the worst. Like 3-4 years ago, Minnesotans were like, "Have you heard that new Kill Tony?" I'm like, "What?" I'm going to the Kill Tony special. That sounds like I'm gonna kill myself afterwards. In a video game, of course. Who is this though? Joe Rogan guy? Perlman mentalist. What does that even mean? Ozzy Perlman will try in a room full of journalists. This is the dude that was up with Trump. Oz Perlman will offer I've never heard of this guy. World's most celebrated, but I don't know. Not that I say I need to know who all the important people are, but like, I don't know. Maybe you gotta be in on the Joe Rogan world still. That's why I haven't heard of him. I stopped watching literally anything conservative. Anything that might be even a little conservative, I've cut out of my life completely. Because it's pointless. It's dumb. It's a grift. Conservatism at its core is a grift. Like all of it. Every single bit of it. So there's no point in even hearing anything from it whatsoever. So if you're like places like Joe Rogan or any other right-wing platforms, I'm not tuning in.
That's nice. Yeah, everyone except super photographers.
Perlman, 43, has been a full-time entertainer for over 2 decades. He's doing magic for much longer. He started doing card, rope, and coin tricks as a teenager, which helped him pay for college and kept the side gig going even as he began working on Wall Street. His career got a major boost from his 3rd-place finish on America's Got Talent in 2015. Wow.
No, this is a story. Yeah.
Got the National Guard out there too, I see. So this is live from BG on the scene at the Hilton Hotel where the Correspondents' Dinner was taking place, and then we're waiting for Donald Trump to speak from the White House. Can't listen to C-SPAN anymore. That was terrible. Actual garbage. Man, that was crazy. We were watching C-SPAN just last year and the year before. They didn't say any of that crazy shit on air. They'll cut off the Montana guy ranting about immigrants, though, but yet their own hosts will spew whatever right-wing MAGA shit. I guess they can do it. What the fuck? That was crazy.
Maybe Snolowski's new.
I've watched him on Joe Rogan. I haven't watched a Joe Rogan in 10 years now, I swear to God. The last Joe Rogan full episode I watched, like start to finish, was the Bernie Sanders one. And that was in what, 2016? Or he had Kevin Hart. Yeah, like Kevin Hart and Bernie, and like I watched those two, and that was the last full Joe Rogan experience thing at podcast I've ever seen. Haven't watched one since. They can't cancel the midterms. Okay, so here, is this legit?
That's my biggest.
I'm waiting for a non-New York Post Fox News correspondent to give the Caitlin Collins, or no one else has posted about the information about the shooter yet. We got another video. Okay, so what we're doing right now is we're waiting for the president to speak.
Yeah, ice mic him.
Or ramble or fall asleep on the mic or whatever he's going to do. Here's another clip, footage from the White House Correspondents' Dinner, shooter in custody. CNN reports the shooter is a 30-year-old man from so CNN is reporting it now?
Silver foil floor, got it?
No.
Scooch over, it's like right, silver foil at the top of the stairs.
Is he dead or in custody? That's the other question.
Got it.
His head is up off the ground.
Jesus Christ. Sorry.
No, he's moving. He just moved. He's alive. He's alive. He just moved his head. He just had his head up and then just moved his head to the right. He's alive. Yeah, see, he's moving around right there. You guys can see in this video the shooter's moving around. Moving his head around. So very much not dead. Thanks, social media journalists. Yeah, but like you had so many social media accounts posting that he's dead and that he's been killed. Clearly not dead. I don't want to hear one more fucking criticism of Trump's new ballroom at the White House. Wow. That's certainly a take. Sassafras, who's another, they all do. They post the same shit. I don't want to hear another Democrat ever complain about President Trump building a ballroom. Yeah, we need a ballroom so there can be no mass shootings. Wow. Justifying the ballroom build was not what I saw out of this one.
All right, I'm here. Yeah, I do hear you. Yeah. Am I looking at the robo or am I looking at Chris back there? Robo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's not you. It's up there. Okay, you're the pool. Okay, I'm looking at the robo. Do you guys see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5?
Okay, so we got. Okay, so we have actual journalists and writers that I know. Jacqueline Sweet does a great job. Cole Allen, the alleged shooter at the White House Correspondents' Dinner, is seen here in the image for Caltech's mechanical engineering major page. Undergraduate mechanical engineering. Guy appears to be a Caltech grad who got his master's from CSU, Dominguez Hills, and Comp Sci last year. Oh, here's his LinkedIn. Got about 10 minutes before the feds take this page down, so. Got his master's in CS. Class of 2025, so he just graduated. So he just got he's just got his master's. Anything else on this yet? Or this is all just coming in now-ish? Another photo of Alan at Caltech. There he is right here. December 2024 Teacher of the Month. Here's a video of Erica Kirk leaving the scene. Video shows Erica Kirk in tears leaving the White House Correspondents' Center after the shooting. I just want to go home.
I just want to go find
So I just want to go home, check who he follows. I don't think how do you do that on, I don't use LinkedIn. This looks like Facebook from 2007. People use LinkedIn for real. Hey, what up, Robert? You guys use LinkedIn? No other images. The fact that people try to shoot Trump or any politician is not evidence that they stand for anything of value. Voters fell under the spell of a bizarre hypnotism. Thank you. Yes. Yes. Good take. Stop it. If you're like a liberal political influencer, just stop. Got to condemn this. For what? What are you condemning too? Who knows? Was this person political influencer? The one that shot or tried to go shoot up the correspondence event? Doesn't look like it. Was it someone trying to rope in votes for the Democrats? Then shut your fucking mouth. Because you're going to just feed MAGA with that. MAGA will just go, wow, look at all these liberal accounts condemning the shooting. It must be them. It must have been the Democrats. Democrats did it. And you know why they're going to do that? Because you have people that are political influencers condemning it as if it was somebody from the left doing it. Who even knows? Same shit that happened when Charlie Kirk was killed. I know, but there's nothing to condemn. But I'm seeing it left and right on here. Well, we're waiting for Trump to speak. We're waiting for it was supposed to be 30 minutes, but that was a while ago now. Waiting for Trump to take the podium. He's going to update everybody on what happened, I guess. You got the shooter in custody. So there's a photo of the shooter. You also have multiple video clips. More photos. I'll just post some of these up here. So there's the shooter. Just to catch you guys up on what happened initially. Here was you can hear the shots or the noises in the background. And then you can see all the people reacting in the front. Obviously, we don't see the shots being fired in the video, but you can hear the audible. Let's turn down the noise so you guys can hear. So that noise you just heard was the shots or the presumed shots. And then Trump evacuated out of there. Shooter's been apprehended. It's been posted multiple times. He's dead, but according to the video, doesn't look like he's dead. I'm going to save this here. When you watch the video, you see him moving his head around.
Silver foil, 4, got it?
Yeah.
Scooch over, slightly right, silver foil, top of the stairs.
You guys see it, or I need to...
Got it.
Just watch his head movement. So he just moved his head, and he's going to move his head again to the right on his own. He just put his head back down. So very much, from just based on the video, and this is when they have him apprehended. He doesn't appear dead. Okay. Let's see what they got here. Should be starting any minute now, according to the half-hour wait. So let's just leave it here for a sec. Guys, if you could hit the like button on the stream, help get the stream out there more into YouTube. I haven't had a single safety meeting at all today. I was having a day for sure. I've been sleeping so much lately, but it doesn't seem like it's ever enough. No, you don't understand. They need taxpayers to fund billions of dollars worth of a ballroom to prevent the shootings, guys. I know taxpayers already fund the federal government to provide millions of dollars in defense spending for the president alone and the Secret Service and everything, but we've already seen that that doesn't mean anything, right? You guys fund all that and you pay for all that, but... So we got to build a ballroom now, and then they can do Israel deals in it. And then from the ballroom, we can fund Israel still. Sounds fun, doesn't it? Yeah, I'm with the lady that called in from Indiana on C-SPAN. I told you guys that before. If you rewatch this whole stream. I was giving all those takes before. Told you, this is weird. Most Americans are going to wake up tomorrow and be like, this was not what it sounds like. Is what it is. You don't have it'd be one thing if Trump even had it'd be one thing if Trump had an approval rating that would merit, hey, hold on now. Clearly someone just doesn't like Trump, but his approval rating obviously is just in the fucking tank. And this was the situation for Trump in 2024 before Pennsylvania too, by the way. Everyone forgets that. But I was literally in Kyiv, not even thinking about Donald Trump. I was watching him, but it was so MAGA had nothing then until Pennsylvania. Watching his campaign speeches, putting people to sleep. People were literally passing out behind him in 2024. MAGA had the same energy it does right now. But after that assassination attempt, Elon and Joe Rogan and all these influencers and because they all have followings, that's how it works. Okay, a lot of people out here don't think independently. They have influencers they watch or follow, and they do the thinking for them. So after the assassination attempt in Pennsylvania, which I still feel was still feel is false flag, here he comes. No, maybe not. 2 more cameras at least. She looks like Kirsten Dunst from the Civil War movie. But anyway, so yeah, that Pennsylvania was not the way that they moved him into the camera frame, and then they moved the flag down to get into shot. There's still no post-investigation or clarity into that one either, let alone Charlie Kirk. But we have no post-assassination attempt clarity on that, and it just kind of fizzled off, right? Guy was wearing a BlackRock shirt. Here he comes. Oh God. Here we go. Buckle up.
Well, thank you very much. That was very unexpected, but incredibly acted upon by Secret Service and law enforcement. And this was an event dedicated to freedom of speech that was supposed to bring together members of both parties with members of the press. And in a certain way it did, because the fact that they just unified, I saw a room that was just totally unified. It was in one way very beautiful, a very beautiful thing to see. A man charged a security checkpoint armed with multiple weapons, and he was taken down by some very brave members of Secret Service, and they acted very quickly and have just released, for purposes of transparency, clarity, I've ordered it to be put out. You probably have it by now, put out on Truth and put out on many of the platforms. A tape showing the violence of this thug that attacked our Constitution, and also showing how quickly Secret Service and law enforcement acted on our country's behalf. Really did a great job. One officer was shot, but saved by the fact that he was wearing obviously a very good bulletproof vest. He was shot from very close distance with a very powerful gun, and the vest did the job. I just spoke to the officer, and he's doing great. He's in great shape. He has very high spirits, and we told him we love him and respect him, and he's a very proud guy. He's very proud of what he does.
So proud.
Secret Service agent. And we looked at all of the conditions that took place tonight, and I will say, you know, it's not a particularly secure building, and I didn't want to say this, but this is why we have to have
the ballroom.
All of the
ballroom. Say it.
Attributes of what we're planning at the White House. It's actually a larger room, and it's
What
much more secure. It's drone proof.
Was this no way.
Service. That's why the military are demanding it.
This was a promo for the ballroom, wasn't it?
For 150 years for lots of different reasons, but today's
This was a promo for the fucking ballroom, dude.
We need levels of security that probably nobody's ever seen before. But everyone owes a tremendous debt of gratitude to the courage of law enforcement, the law enforcement, and working with the D.C. police. And we just spoke with the mayor. And when we're finished, the police chief is going to take over and discuss it also from their viewpoint. But they also performed exactly as they were supposed to. And you see the attacker in different positions, but you also see the attacker totally subdued and under control. So as you know, this is not the first time in the past couple of years that our republic has been attacked by a would-be assassin who sought to kill. In Butler, Pennsylvania, less than 2 years ago, you all know that story, and in Palm Beach, Florida, a few months after that, we came close. We really had, again, we had some great work done by law enforcement. But in light of this evening's events, I asked that all Americans recommit with their hearts and resolving our differences peacefully.
Shut up. No.
We have to resolve our differences. I will say.
No.
You had Republicans, Democrats, independents, conservatives, liberals, and progressives. Those words are interchangeable, perhaps, but maybe they're not. But yet everybody in that room, big crowd, record-setting crowd. There was a record-setting group of people. And there was a tremendous amount of love and coming together. I watched, and I was very, very impressed by that. But we were, First Lady and I were taken very well care of very quickly, rushed off the stage. Vice President J.D. Vance, who's here, was likewise beautifully done. He was just saying how quickly everybody acted, law enforcement, Secret Service in particular in this case, but law enforcement. Marco had the same thing. Pete was there. Pete didn't want any help. He didn't want anybody to help. He doesn't want anybody to help him, but he did get some, didn't you? And I think you also said that it was very impressive. So with that, I'd like to ask Todd Blanche to come up, say a few words, and tell you it's already underway. The man has been captured. They're going to his apartment. I guess he lives in California, and he's a sick person, a very sick person, and we don't want things like this to happen. I think it's very important that I say, though, and I told the representatives of the evening, they did such a beautiful job. It was such a beautiful evening. And again, they're talking about free speech in our Constitution. That's what it's all about, not just White House correspondence. It was really based on free speech in our Constitution.
Was it?
But I said very importantly that we'll do it again within the next 30 days, and we'll make it bigger and better and even nicer. So I just want to thank everybody that was involved. I also want to thank the press, the media. You've been very responsible in your coverage. I will say I've been seeing what's been out. You've been very responsible. So Todd Blanche, I'd like to say a few words, and then we're going to have cash. And then you're going to go on. We can ask, I guess we can take a couple of questions.
Please no.
I want to thank the First Lady for, that was a rather traumatic experience for her. There was a lot of action taking place up there very quickly.
Oh, I don't want to see that. Is Ant
The
okay?
response time was really incredible.
Anthony Edwards.
And we're going to reschedule. We're going to do it again. We're not going to let anybody take over our society. We're not going to cancel things out because we can't do that. We wanted to stay tonight. I will tell you, I fought like hell to stay. But it was protocol. They said, please, sir, because they didn't know there was a lot of action going on, and they didn't know could there be probably a lone shooter, but we'll find out. We'll find out very quickly. They have it very well under control. So I want to thank everybody very much. And Todd Blanche, please.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. Tonight you saw the very worst and the very best of this country. You saw the very worst by the actions of that coward that the president just talked about. But you also saw the very best because you saw law enforcement do exactly what they're supposed to do. And you'll see the videos come
Protect
out
pedophiles.
very shortly.
Protect pedophiles.
Law enforcement do exactly what we want them to do.
Yeah, we see that. We see that often, actually.
What President Trump just said, that we are extraordinarily grateful and appreciative of the men and women of law enforcement that did their jobs tonight, including one who was injured. This investigation is ongoing. I expect you will see charges filed shortly. The charges should be self-evident given the conduct, but as you'll hear, there will be multiple charges surrounding the shooting, around the possession of firearms, and anything else that we can get on this guy.
Anything else?
The investigation is obviously ongoing and just started. There is federal law enforcement already working on search warrants and doing their job, and I don't want to get ahead of them and don't want to get ahead of the work that they're doing even as we speak. Director Patel and I were just on the crime scene a short while ago, and everybody in this room should rest assured that the Metropolitan Police Department, the FBI, Secret Service, everybody's on the scene doing their job. I know that the police chief is going to give an update from the scene as soon as we're finished here, and I obviously will lead the details of what they have learned to him. But in the meantime, I just want to thank everybody in this room for the courage. And I want to thank President Trump for his words, and I promise you, justice will be served. Thank you. Director Patel.
Thank you, General. Thank you, Mr. President. The President's absolutely right. You saw the best resolve of American law enforcement because you, Mr. President, inspire them 24/7, 365. You give them the resources that they
Suck him harder. Suck him more.
You have their back.
Blow him.
And that is a changing
Get on your
dynamic in this
knees.
country, and that's why you
Nope.
saw brave Secret Service agents respond immediately.
Suck him right now.
Subdue and take down the suspect.
Nope.
and
Go balls.
safeguard the
You won't
lives of
pull his
thousands
pants
of
down.
individuals at that hotel. Thanks to our interagency partnership with the Department of Homeland Security and the Metropolitan Police Department, the FBI was rapidly deployed onto the scene, took over the evidence response unit, is examining all the ballistics that were found on scene to include the long gun and the shell casings. We are conducting witness interviews as we speak. You will hear from our team on the scene there with the mayor and the head of the FBI field division there. But please know what the Attorney General has just said reigns no truer. You saw the very best of America tonight. The very best unite us at a
Right.
time of uncertainty, because
Unite
we have
us.
leadership here with the president and the vice president that backs law enforcement, and the men and women that I shook their hands on the scene today could not have been prouder to show up on scene. And as the Attorney General said, make no mistake, we are conducting witness interviews. If you have any information whatsoever related to this event, 1-800-CALL-FBI. 1-800-CALL-FBI. No piece of information is too small, No piece of information is inadequate. We will evaluate it all. We will also be conducting interviews of those that were there. And if any of those individuals have information, please come forward to law enforcement or the FBI or the Metropolitan Police Department. We will be examining this individual's background thoroughly. That process has already started, and we are going to ensure that he was either a lone wolf actor or anyone else that was responsible. We will analyze all evidence immediately to make sure that we safeguard this country. Mr. President, Mr. Vice President, thank you for your leadership. Attorney General and Homeland Secretary Merlin, thank you for your partnership in law enforcement.
Thank you, Ken. Okay, we'll do a couple and then we go to the chair. Madam Chairman, I just want to say you did a fantastic job. What a beautiful evening, and we're going to reschedule. And after that, it's very tough for her to ask a killer question, right? But you have done a fantastic job. Please.
Mr. President, I appreciate it. As you mentioned, it all happened so quickly.
Yeah.
And I wonder, especially because unfortunately you have experience with these sorts of threats. In that moment, when you realized there was a threat and service agents were telling us to get down, can you describe what was going through your mind, how you were feeling in that moment?
That's a very good question, actually. It's always shocking when something like this happens. It's happened to me a little bit, and that never changes. The fact, we were sitting right next to each other, First Lady on my right, and I heard a noise and sort of thought it was a tray. I thought it was a tray going down. You know, I've heard that many times, and it was a pretty loud noise. And it was from quite far away. He hadn't breached the area at all. They really got him. But, so it was quite far away, but it was a gun. And some people really understood that pretty quickly. Other people didn't. I was watching to see what was happening. Probably should have gone down even faster. Melania was very cognizant, I think, of what happened. I think she knew immediately what happened. She was saying, that's a bad noise. And we were whisked away along with other people, but we were really whisked away. And again, the performance of the Secret Service and the police, all of the law enforcement, I thought was really good. So it was very quick. There wasn't a lot of time to be thinking, because it was a matter of seconds before we were out the door and gone into an area. We very much, and you wanted to too, we very much wanted to continue it, because I don't like to let these sick people, these thugs, these horrible, horrible people, change the fabric of our life, change the course of what we do. So we held.
No shit.
You were there. We held out right till the end, but they didn't want to take a chance, and I understand there was protocol. But we're going to be doing one hopefully within the next 30 days or sooner, and I am ready, willing, and able. And I was all set to really rip it. And I said to my people, this would be the most inappropriate speech ever made if I said what. So I'll have to save it. I don't know if I could ever be as rough as I was going to be tonight. I think I'm going to be probably very nice. I'll be very boring the next time, but we're going to have a great event. And you did a fantastic job. Thank you very much. Peter, go ahead.
Thank you, President Trump. There's a report in the New York Post that this assailant assembled his weapon somewhere on site at the hotel. What do you think about that? And I ask respectfully, why do you think this keeps happening to you?
Because he sucks.
Well, you know,
because
studied assassinations.
Oh, you studied them.
And I must tell you, the most impactful people, the people that do the most, you take a look at the people, Abraham Lincoln, I mean, you go through the people that have gone through this, where they got
Oh, my God.
But the people that do the most, the people that make the biggest impact, they're the ones that they go after.
Oh, my God, brother.
The ones that don't do much, because
oh, my God.
That way. And when you look at people that have either, whether it was an attempt or a successful attempt, they're very impactful people.
Yeah, I'm important.
Look at the names there.
Like Jesus, say it.
And I hate to say I'm honored by that, but
Jesus, Abe Lincoln.
done a lot. We've taken this country, and we were a laughing stock for years, and now we're the hottest country anywhere in the world.
Oh, why, bro? Stop.
And there are a lot of people that are not happy about that. So I think that's the answer, Peter.
And after Butler, your team for a while rethought outdoor events.
Yeah.
Do you think that you now need to rethink
No.
indoor?
Well, but then you just don't do events. No, I can't do that. I have to. It is what it is. We have to do it. The room was very, very secure. He charged from 50 yards away, so he was very far away from the room.
And what did you think when you saw the video of how fast he was running?
He was moving. He was really moving. And the reaction time was great. Boy, those guys, they had their guns drawn literally by the time he was there. They were shooting.
That's right.
I thought they were very impressive. And if I didn't, I'd let you know. I'm not going to be, I would not stand for that. No, I thought they were very impressive.
Thank you, President Trump, and thank
Right.
you for updating us on
Thank
the
you.
suspect earlier. Were you aware of any threats? Was your team aware of any threats beforehand? And do you believe you were the target of this tonight?
I guess. I mean, these people they're crazy. They're
These
crazy.
people?
And, you never know. He was very far away from me. He had to go through a lot. We had
shooters or what?
all over. We had
I'm waiting for
resources
I'm waiting for it. It's gonna happen.
literally in disguise, sitting.
This was the left.
maybe at your table.
It's gonna happen.
But we had people all over the room, so he had a long way to go. That was really a first line of defense, and they got him. And they really, they acted incredibly. No, there was no notification. We had no idea. Go ahead,
Do you know
Caitlin.
any political motivations from this?
Well, you never know. Now, we'll be able to tell you that maybe by tomorrow or the next day. He's in custody, and they're asking him a lot of questions. I guess they're going over, Todd, and they're already at his apartment. He lives in California.
Yes, sir.
And they're over there, so they'll be able to tell you. Thank you, Caitlin.
President Trump, did the suspect say anything, or was he wearing anything that would allege some type of motive here?
No, I mean, he was a guy who looked pretty evil when he was down. They had him down. He was fighting hard. He was in my opinion, a sick person. Who would do that but a sick person? But I think you're going to find everything about him. No reason to talk about it now. But tomorrow at this time, long before this time, you're going to know a lot of things about him. They seem to think he was a lone wolf, and I feel that too.
Are you concerned about U.S. Secret Service protection ability? We saw several of the detailees take minutes to be escorted out of the room.
No, they acted very quickly. No, I was very impressed by Secret Service. I mean, I'm the one, and Mark Wayne, you would agree with that, I think.
Absolutely.
I'm the one that would complain. You don't have to complain for me. I would be complaining. I'd be up here right now saying they didn't do their job. Oh, believe me, because, it's my life, and I want to live because I want to make this country great. That's why I want to live.
Right.
But when you're impactful, they go after you. When you're not impactful, they leave you alone. Okay, a couple of more. Go ahead, please.
Is there any indication that this shooting could have been linked to the war in Iran?
I don't think so, but you never know. We're going to know a lot. We have the best people in the world working on it, and we're going to know a lot. Please.
Mr. President, there's a lot. You, as well as some of us who have covered Butler, experienced another horrific day 2 years ago.
Yeah.
What felt similar? You had the First Lady with you today. What felt different? And you have another 2+ years in office. Are you concerned about something like this happening
Well, I
again?
can't be concerned. I can only get great people. They did the job, in my opinion, a much better job than Butler. Butler had one weak spot that we all know about. Somebody should have been up there. But even Butler, we had our sniper on our side within 4.2 seconds from a distance of about 400 yards, one shot, and he was gone. And if he didn't do it, now, he's David. His name was David. I say, hello, David, every time I see him. David, I like you very much, David. But think of that. Now, if he doesn't hit him, and he hit him right between the eyes from 400 yards without any notice, nobody knew. He heard a sound. He looked over, and there was actually a tree that was somewhat in his way.
There's a tree in his way?
He aimed, he fired, and if he didn't do that, beyond me, you would have had a lot more people killed. We lost one great person and 2 people very badly hurt. They're okay now. But no, that was, so in a sense, that was pretty amazing, the job they did. But they did have that one weak spot. As you know, they should have had that covered. Tonight they had everything covered very quickly. And he was fast. He was running full blast, and they got him. before they got any further. I was very far away. You know, he hadn't anywhere close to breach the doors of the ballroom. The ballroom was sealed, and everybody in there. That's why once those doors opened, they didn't want to do tonight. If the doors weren't opened, we could have probably done it tonight, but I think we're much better off rescheduling. Yeah, please.
Mr. President, for you and perhaps law enforcement as well, what is the level of confidence that this was a lone actor, and has the suspect made any statements to police while in custody?
Yeah, I think it's just it's not my profession. We have great professionals up here and outside that have been working with us. My impression is he was a lone wolf, whack job. These are crazy people. These are crazy people, and they have to be dealt with. We had that in the second attempt, as you know, and he's spending life in prison. Because if you let him out, they'll probably, you know, if he serves 10 years or 15 years, you let him out, he'll probably try it again with somebody else. They're sick people. We have a lot of sick people. But you're going to know, I think very shortly, you're going to know, Todd, a lot about him. You're going to know a lot about him. Yeah, a couple of more. Yeah, please, go ahead.
Are you concerned about political violence? This could be politically motivated.
All violence. You know, I'm concerned about everything. Look, but I can't be so concerned that you can't function. No, I'm here. It's a dangerous profession. You know, I tell the story. Race car drivers, I think it's very dangerous. So if you take 1% and then take about 10% of 1%, just to break it down very easily, they die. So much less than 1%, 10% of 1%.
What?
I think bull riding is very dangerous. If you take about the same, 10% of 1%,
oh my God,
less than 1%. But if you take presidents, it's
10% of 1%,
and about 8%.
I know I was bad at math.
Shot at.
They're shot at.
Nobody told me this was such a dangerous profession. If Marco would have told me, maybe I wouldn't have run. Maybe I would have said, I'll take a pass. No, it's a dangerous profession, but I don't view it that way. Look, I'm here to do a job. It's part of the job. It is a dangerous, I can't imagine that there's any profession that's more dangerous. But I love the country, and I'm very proud. I'm very proud of the job we've done. You see what's happened. We have a great country. We've got, I think, the most successful, the hottest country anywhere in the world. This happened over a period of just a year, and we're going to do great things. But with that come risks. There's no question about it.
With great power comes great responsibility, head ass.
There's been so much political
Shut up.
Not just aimed at yourself, but at other members of Congress, state house speakers, you name it. Is that just the cost of doing business to do politics in America anymore?
Yeah, well,
what does that say about our country?
Too. You know, we're not the only country. You look at this great violence with all countries. I was talking to somebody from another country today.
Yeah, totally.
And
this is just regular.
Numerous assassinations of political figures all over the world. You look at South America. In South America, it's like some of the numbers are just horrific. It's dangerous. It's dangerous stuff. Whether it's here or somewhere.
Are we South America or the United States?
No country. Good question.
Turn that temperature down at this point?
Yeah, turn it down. No.
Probably if
Probably
I
not.
decided to just not do much, you know, if I let everybody rip us off and take advantage of us. Look, we're leading the world in trade now. We're leading the world in the military. We're the greatest military in the world. I rebuilt it in my first term, and now we use it because we have no choice. We can't let, as an example, Iran, we can't let them get a nuclear weapon. Everything will be peanuts compared to that if they ever
All right.
a nuclear weapon. And
I'm bored now.
Marco and I were talking about it today. They would use it without even hesitation. We can't do that. It was a shame. I said, oh boy, look at the numbers. We just broke 50,000 in the Dow. We just broke 7,000 in the S&P. They said we couldn't do it in 7 years, in 5 years, 4 years. They were saying maybe in 5 or 6 years. And we did it in 1 year. And I called everybody together. I called all of these people and others, and I said, we have to take a little journey. I say to do this. We just had the great number. We just broke 50,000. Wasn't supposed to happen during my term. Wasn't reachable. We did it in 1 year, and I said, we're going to have to make a journey to Iran. They're going to have a nuclear weapon if we don't do it. We had the B-2 bombers take them out. I terminated in the first term the Obama agreement, the Iran nuclear agreement, which was a disaster. That was a road to a nuclear weapon. They 100%. So, you know, when you do things like that, you
Obama.
if I wasn't doing that,
We're
I
in
guess
transgender for all. Just say let's do everything.
I'm honored to be. Okay, one more question.
Yeah. Otherwise, he's gonna keep rambling. Please make him stop.
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead, please.
Thank you, President Trump. Thank you, President Trump. Did you know how the gun was brought into the hotel? And also, how does this event impact you as the leader of our country? Do you think it will change your
I
leadership?
like not to think about it.
Yeah, I know. We know that.
I lead a pretty normal life, considering, you know, it's a dangerous life. I think.
Yeah.
think
We
I
traffic
live as well as
underage kids through an island
a lot of other people. You
with
know,
my
you
other
guys are-
billionaire
you
friends.
become basket cases, to be honest with you. I'm not a basket case. I really take it as it is.
Right.
I do it for the country. I'm not
For
doing
sure.
it for any other reason.
Definitely.
I have a First Lady who's doing a terrific job. She loves the country, and she recognizes it better than anybody. She's
Right.
told me numerous times. She said, "You are in a dangerous job."
Dangerous.
But that goes along with her too. I mean, it's dangerous for her too. We sat there tonight. We heard that noise, and it was either a tray or a bullet. I was hoping it was a tray, but it wasn't. And again, we had some very brave people doing a great job, so we're very proud of them and happy with them. I just want to thank everybody. They will be able to give you all that information as to the names and everything else. I think we released the names already. Most of you would have it, but his name. We appreciate it. We see so many
Sorry about that.
tuxedos and beautiful dresses. It was a little different evening than we thought, but we're going to do it again, and we have a great chairman who we're so proud of, and we have to make it better. We'll make it safer, I guess, right? But we're going to make it even better. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you.
About how impactful this was. Can we hear from her about?
Well, honey, would you want to say something?
Okay.
Huh?
In the back.
Millions of people across the globe, in fact, are watching you. You demonstrated courageous leadership, and thank God you're alive. All of us are alive today. What is the message that you want to give to the world that this should change? What corrective measures can we take from here on? So.
Well, all you can do, look, I don't care how many people you have, how good they are. They can be the greatest people. You have the greatest security in history. If you have a whack job who's got a brain, but it's a little bit distorted or a lot distorted, they can make trouble.
Yeah, like you.
Pete, right? You know, they can make trouble. Some of these people are of genius level IQ, and they're nuts, so it can be trouble. So you do absolutely the best. You get the best. We have the best people. Well, look, it was proven tonight. He started running from 50 yards, and he was fast. He was like a blur on tape. He was moving. It was very impressive the way they got him, because a lot of people would be looking and saying, you know, it's like a weird feeling, and they would let him get through, but they didn't let him get through. They drew those guns so fast. They looked like Matt Dillon.
Like Matt Dillon?
Somebody that knew what they were doing.
Matt Dillon. You mean Matt Damon?
Comes with the territory. And if you want to do a great job, I really believe that. And you take a look at what's happened to some of our greatest presidents, and it doesn't happen to people that don't do anything. And it's not going to deter me from winning the war in Iran. I don't know if that had anything to do with it. I really don't think so, based on what we know. But we're going to continue to do a great job. That's all I can do. Thank you very much. I'll see you tomorrow.
Matt Dillon from Gunsmoke. Oh, my bad. I didn't think of that. My bad. My bad. Sorry. I was born in 1993. My bad. You guys are right. I didn't think of referencing a Gunsmoke character. Gunsmoke, great show, by the way. Great show. Definitely. But, you know, we're in 2026. You know what I mean? Well, there it was. So they're going to have a White House Correspondents Association. So this is from the hotel, it looks like. You had fresh photos come in while all that rambling was happening, including security image from Trump posted directly to his Truth Social. Here's the suspect laying on their stomach. Okay, clearly alive, taken into custody. So that's the shooter. Another angle of the shooter. You got a couple photos up on his Truth Social, and I think he also posted the security footage, which looks like it was ran through
Lieutenant Hudson, you monitoring this area? Very cool,
Obviously. Shall I post it as soon as he passes down Max?
18, go for
Okay, so that's the security footage. You can see him run through the agents.
It looked like he checked it twice.
Lieutenant Hudson, you monitoring this area? Very cool,
Obviously.
What long gun too, by the way? Looks like he's clearly carrying. Is there? They said he had a long gun. Where's that? Okay. Well, yeah, you got some garbage security footage from Potato. Is there better? Is there like the actual original source of the security footage posted? The White House Correspondents' Dinner shooter will be used to justify things that have nothing to do. Yeah, exactly. That's why I was telling. That's why I'm vocally telling political influencers to shut up. Because it's like they're gonna do it anyways. Like you're adding to their own discourse. Trey Yingst moments after the shooting, reporting.
Inside the Correspondents' Dinner, right now people are still taking cover. You can see they have started to evacuate the cabinet secretaries and the president. Inside the Correspondents' Dinner, right now people are still taking cover. You can see they have started to evacuate the cabinet secretaries and the president. Inside.
Okay, so that's Trey Yingst. Another thing I had seen too is from this one. She deleted it now. Where is it? There you go. Deborah Lee. Just taking a selfie. Shooter at the White House Correspondents' Dinner is dead. Or shooter is dead, even though they're not. Thank you, Secret Service. MAGA women be like. Get the hell out of here. No way. What does she do? Truth needs no ally. Frequently on your TV. When? Shooter isn't dead. Trump said he's in custody. But you posted he's dead, though, and did a duck lip selfie. Stupid. Let's do a selfie. Pucker the lips out. Here was Dana White. Here's what he had to say about the shooting. I think he enjoyed it, actually.
Inside, they started up.
Time for selfies.
All of a sudden, it just started getting noisy. Tables getting flipped over, guys running in with guns, and they were screaming, "Get down!" I didn't get down. It was awesome. I literally took every minute of it in, and it was a pretty crazy, unique experience.
It was awesome. Crazy. I didn't get down. I wanted to take it. I wanted to soak the moment in.
You were on the aisle. What exactly?
I was sitting. We were sitting right in front of the table.
Okay.
Right in front of where the president was.
Yes. And what exactly happened? So someone got tackled, or like what?
Nobody got tackled, but guys came in looking for shooters, and they came toward our table. I thought the shooter was over by us or something.
Wow. So if there is a mass shooting and like people die, you expect Dana White and others like him to be like, "That was awesome." Trump faking assassination attempts.
There it is. You can see you setting up Felix.
Nailing it. This is the moment that Secret Service agents escorted J.D. Vance. They went to J.D. Vance first. Get out of there, J.D. Damn, they escorted J.D. out before Trump. Then they get there goes Trump.
There's the president being escorted. The president being escorted out one side. The vice president being escorted.
What the hell soldiers were that? What are they wearing? Are they going on a rock march? The fuck? Very insane thing to tweet. Very not normal, insane thing to tweet. Meanwhile, here is this guy.
Who's in the room? Secretary Pete Hegseth is in that room. You've got Scott Bessent in that room. You have Tulsi Gabbard in that room. You, of course, have J.D. Vance in that room. Naturally, the President of the United States.
Guys just snacking.
As I mentioned, the White House Correspondents' Dinner is where we are presently broadcasting from. And who's in the room?
Just sitting there eating. Everyone's taking cover from the shots. The mayor is speaking. Okay.
Agent is receiving care. The suspect is also transported to a local hospital where
This is
he
live
is
right now.
being evaluated. The president returned safely to the White House, as you know. We are so very thankful to members of law enforcement who did their jobs tonight and made sure that all guests were safe. We have no reason to believe at this time that anyone else was involved. I want to turn to the Chief of the Metropolitan Police Department, Chief Carroll, to provide a law enforcement update and specifics.
Got Judge Janine Pirro.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Again, I'm Jeff Carroll, Interim Chief of Police for the Metropolitan Police Department. This afternoon, this evening, members of the United States Secret Service and the Metropolitan Police Department were here at the Washington Hotel for a site detail for the Correspondence Center. As the mayor mentioned, at approximately 8:36 tonight, an individual charged a U.S. Secret Service checkpoint here in the lobby area of the hotel. He was armed with a shotgun, a handgun, and multiple knives. As he ran into that checkpoint, members of law enforcement from the United States Secret Service intercepted that individual. This is a very preliminary investigation at this point. We do know that law enforcement exchanged gunfire with the individual. We do know that a U.S. Secret Service uniformed division officer was struck in his vest. He was transported to a local hospital for treatment. He seems to be in good spirits at this time. The suspect in this case, he was not struck by gunfire. However, he was transported to a local hospital to be evaluated. Again, we're very early in the investigation. We have members of the United States Secret Service, the Metropolitan Police Department, and the FBI here to continue to investigate this matter. But at this point, it does appear he is a lone actor, a lone gunman. There does not appear to be any sort of danger to the public at this time. However, we are continuing to investigate this matter. At this point, I will turn it over to, I believe, the FBI.
Hi, good evening. I'm Darren Cox, the Assistant Director in charge of the FBI's Washington Field Office. The American public should be proud of the quick response and heroic actions from law enforcement officers tonight to keep the American public safe. Their actions are absolutely heroic. The public should also rest assured that there will be no stone unturned during this investigation. The FBI currently has our Joint Terrorism Task Force here on scene, along with our Criminal Division, our Crisis Response Team, and agents from across the country are working on any leads that may come in this investigation. Anyone with tips in this investigation should call 1-800-CALL-FBI. Thank you.
My name is Sean Carter, I'm the Director of the Secret Service. Tonight, we saw exactly what our brave men and women do each and every day to protect these. It's not easy, and I will tell you that they performed admirably. We got to see what they do, and that individual, when he charged a checkpoint, was apprehended. It shows that our multi-layered protection works, and I'm grateful to our partners that helped assist us with building these sites and protecting these sites. Very fortunate that this officer is alive, is being observed. I'm grateful that the President reached out to this officer and spoke with him earlier. I ask everybody to pray for him and all of our officers and agents that were involved. And I will tell you, we will continue with the mission. Thank you.
Judge Pirro.
Ew. Fox News lady.
Pirro.
from the United States Attorney. Right now, the defendant is being charged with 2 counts, 924C, using a firearm during a crime of violence, and a second crime under 111, which is assault on a federal officer using a dangerous weapon. Now, as you all know, there was an individual, a uniformed Secret Service officer, who was shot. Unfortunately, he is doing all right and he will be fine. But it is clear, based upon what we know so far, that this individual was intent on doing as much harm and as much damage as he could. And thankfully, because of the checkpoint right outside the ballroom, where thousands of people were situated to hear the President of the United States, because that checkpoint worked, there was no one who was injured when it was clear where this defendant was going. Now, I want to make one comment. As a participant, someone who was in the ballroom, who came this evening to be part of a very lovely event at the White House Correspondents' Dinner, I, for the first time, was in a situation where there were shots fired, shots heard, and a whole room went silent. When I lifted my head and when I looked up, every law enforcement officer was out there as we all had our heads down, thousands of them. These are the men and women every day who do what they do silently, and they do it with courage and with dignity. Thank God for our partners, the FBI, the Secret Service, the Metropolitan Police. All of them tonight acted so quickly that they prevented what could have been a horrific event where we were all sitting there in one room. The defendant will be arraigned on Monday in federal district court. But make no mistake, there will be many more charges based upon the information that we are learning in this very fluid situation. Thank you.
Take a few questions.
Can you confirm that this suspect is specifically targeting the president, and is he talking to law enforcement now?
Sure. So at this point, what we know is we know the individual charged the checkpoint with a firearm in his hand. We know he was running in the direction of the ballroom that the president was in, as well as other cabinet members. So what his specific motivation was, we can't say at this point. However, as we continue to investigate that, we'll continue to work towards that.
Chief, when you say there seems to have been a lack of authorization to come to this event. Was this a failure on the Secret Service?
I mean, what we have here is a multi-layer.
I like how the mayor nodded her head.
We have officers on the outside from the Metropolitan Police Department along with the escort. The inside portion of any presidential site is handled by the Secret Service and law enforcement partners. This is a multi-layer approach. The point of this checkpoint is to intercept individuals that were there, and what we see in this case is when he reached that checkpoint, Secret Service agents and law enforcement engaged him immediately. They were able to bring him into custody and prevent anyone from being harmed.
Chief Carroll, right here.
Chief Carroll, can you tell us if you found a vehicle associated with the suspect? And are you or the FBI conducting any search warrants either on a vehicle or locations here or elsewhere around the country?
Sure, Mark. So as you can imagine, this is very early in the investigation. So, things we're looking into is his background, vehicles. Those are all things that the FBI, the Metropolitan Police Department, and the Secret Service are working together jointly to determine, is there anything else that's available? So I would imagine as we continue to go through this investigation, there will be additional search warrants and things of that nature as the investigation progresses.
Is the suspect known to law enforcement?
At this point, he was not known to the Metropolitan Police Department, I can tell you that.
Right here.
Chief, there are multiple other parties and events happening associated with this weekend tonight. Is there any reason to believe that there will be security concerns at those events? Are there preparations being made locally to protect those attendees?
Yeah, absolutely not. So we have no indication. This is an isolated incident with one individual is the information that we do have. However, we do have additional officers across the city that are giving special attention. We do know there were some after parties and events that are planned that we will be providing coverage for those events.
Chief, the president said that this is not a particularly secure building. Do you agree with that assessment?
I'm not exactly 100% familiar with this building. I do know in this incident tonight, I know there was a security plan that was developed by the Secret Service that the Metropolitan Police Department assisted with, and I know that security plan did work this evening.
Right here.
Thank you so much. Do you know specifically if President Trump was a target of this attack? And can you speak to their reporting about the suspect assembling a long weapon to get into the ballroom. Can you speak to that at all?
Yeah, so as we said before, we do know the president was inside the ballroom. We know there was cabinet members and many guests in there. Who specifically he was targeting at this point, that's part of the investigation. We do know that he was armed with a shotgun when he ran through that checkpoint, so that would look like a long weapon in video.
Chief,
can you clarify earlier you said there was an exchange of gunfire. Did the suspect fire any shots? And did the uniformed officer, do you know yet which weapon he was shot?
Yeah, obviously, we're only a couple hours into this instance, so we don't have that level of information. The FBI's evidence response team is here. They're processing the scene. So as the investigation develops, all that information will be figured out with the ballistics. The ATF is also on scene here with us.
So the suspect did or did not fire a shot?
Sure. So again, it's very preliminary information. We do believe he did. However, as the investigation determines, we'll pull the shell casings. We'll be able to get more information as we review more evidence. We're very early in the investigation.
All right, we can take a couple more. Right here and right here and one more over here.
Thank you so much. So the president said that he wants there to be another event within 30 days. Given what happened tonight,
probably
do you have
not.
any sense of what additional security measures might be put in place to ensure that something similar does not happen again?
Sure. I'll toss it to the Secret Service.
Yep, this is what we plan for every day. So we take each and every case and we evaluate it, and we do site assessments. And that's why we go out and build these sites for what the event is, and that's how we go about our business.
So will there be any changes or added measures given that this did happen?
We're going to have to evaluate this evening.
Thank you.
I understand. I understand how the suspect got into the hotel. Was it a guest here? Are you searching rooms here?
So preliminary information, we do believe he was a guest here at the hotel. We have secured a room here in the hotel. And again, we'll go through the appropriate procedures to determine what was inside there. But that is secure. At this point, like I said, we believe he is the only suspect in this case.
Okay.
To jump on that question, I understand the multi-approach to security, but to walk in with a weapon of that caliber and get all the way to the ballroom, which is on the lower level, seems to be quite an extraordinary feat. How does that happen?
Sure. So again, I mean, we're very early in the investigation, so we'll have to determine, we'll go through video across the hotel to figure out how the gun got in, how it got down here. So those things will come through the investigation. At this point, we don't have that level of detail.
Okay, last one.
Yes, video appears to show the president falling down when he was being escorted out. Was he injured at all during his evacuation?
No, we don't have any information that he was injured.
Could you clarify how he was detained? If he was not shot, could you clarify how he was detained?
Sure. So law enforcement right here in this very area, they actually tackled him to the ground and handcuffed him.
Can you release his name? How many people are in the hospital?
Can you guys believe that they did a false flag for the ballroom and not for Iran? That's crazy.
So we have the Uniform Division Secret Service officer who's being evaluated at the hospital who took a round to the vest, and the suspect is being evaluated, but he was not struck by gunfire.
U.S. Attorney Pierre, are you looking at any terrorism charges?
Well, as the chief just indicated, we're very early in this investigation, but make no mistake, if there is anything like that, we will find it and we will file it.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you.
Good question.
All right, well, there you go. From Donald Trump to the mayor of DC. That was it. The fact that people, let me see. What do you say? No, it just went away. All the Republicans using the White House Correspondents' Center to promote Trump's ballroom are just straight up weird. Maybe that was the whole point. Trump was falling asleep while Kash Patel talked. Yeah, you can see sleepy Don. Build the ballroom. I can't believe this is, because you got to realize this isn't independent thought from Libs of TikTok, okay? Accounts like Libs of TikTok and other major MAGA platforms don't have independent thought. They get marching orders. They get told what to post and when to post it. So the fact that they're using this as a segue into or like a promotional event for the fucking ballroom should tell you everything you need to know. The one, it'll obviously MAGA will cry and demand that we all come together and support their fascism because people are against it. So they're like, oh no, the country, we're not together anymore because they don't want to support federal mass deportations and bombing Middle Eastern countries for Israel anymore. So we don't have that no more. So now they want to promote this ballroom, which in real estate, people commit fraud and that nonstop. Like you put money into it. So this could just be a money pit, a honeypot for money and funding within the federal government. Different. And plus, when you have the incentive of corporations, when they put money into this, they're going to have their business on the ballroom somewhere too. I fought like hell to stay, Trump says at the dinner. Yeah, I think it was promo for what are you talking about, Wick? I want to go on his thing now. Guys, tell Wick I need to go on his thing because I gotta tell him to fucking stop this. Who are you talking at? This does nothing for us. It only hurt. Who are you talking at? I gotta remember I'm not a political influencer. That's it. That's what it is. You have people that have platforms that are trying to get you to vote for the Democratic Party, and because of that, they feel anything that happens to MAGA they need to excuse and like, oh no, we don't do that and blah blah blah. Fuck you off. Jesus Christ. God damn, bro. I can't stand. And I saw that in 2024. I saw that like from all of them, these liberal YouTubers and influencers. Like, who are you talking to? Wick's one of the good ones, I guess, huh? That's what the conservatives will say. He's one of the good ones. Get me on his platform. He's on. I'll message him. I'm gonna message him and say I gotta come on and debate you on that. Can't fucking stand it. It was the same shit during the same shit after Charlie Kirk, when the people, liberals and others, we gotta condemn this. What did that result in? What did that result in? It wasn't anybody from the left that killed Charlie Kirk. And then it resulted in MAGA calling people for their memes that they were posting and getting people fired. Because you had dumb fuck liberals and people on the left demanding that there be like, we got to condemn this. Get me on his platform. I actually should message him now. I got to message him now while it's on my mind. This is the dumbest shit I've ever, like, I can't fucking stand this. I literally, I can't, because it's making it all it does is create the reality that people on the left are violent for the right wing, because when you have apologists that are apologizing for something that you didn't even fucking do, MAGA will eat that. They will love that. They'll just be like, oh yeah, the creators like Wick and others that have big platforms, they're saying that they need to apologize for this. It was the left. The left did it. You're creating the fucking problem. Can't stand people that are like, we need to come out and make a statement. For who? Just feed right into MAGA's world by doing that. Every fucking time. Being an apologist for absolutely nothing. The violence that actually takes place and the death that actually is carried out is by the MAGA Republican Party. People have been killed and have been gunned down, have their rights taken away, are being stripped from their families. And then you got, because like some random social media users are like posting spicy tweets about this situation, then you got liberal content creators and like Democratic Party influencers like, we got to condemn this. Shut the fuck up. God, I can't stand it, dude. We got to condemn. What are you condemning? That political violence is bad? Okay. How's that going for everything? How's that going for the United States? Are we having less political violence? Literally. Thank you, Evan. Then you had fucking liberals that are like, we gotta write tweets that how bad this is. Shut up. I'm gonna get mad. I'm already mad, but because I just like this doesn't end. This is all game for MAGA. This is a game. This is a grift. This obviously we just heard it in the press conference when they were using it as an opportunity to gain attention and funding to the ballroom. That's what they use this for. They don't care. Dana White, the UFC president who Trump walks out with before every major UFC event. Oh, that was awesome. What did he say? What did he say? That was awesome. That was the best.
Outside, they started all of a sudden it just started getting noisy. Tables getting flipped over, guys running in with guns, and they were screaming, "Get down!" I didn't get down. It was awesome. I literally took every minute of it in, and it was a pretty crazy, unique experience.
So you were on the aisle. What exactly?
I was sitting. We were sitting right in front of the table.
Okay.
Right in front of where the president was.
Yes. And what exactly happened? So someone got tackled, or like what?
Nobody got tackled, but guys came in looking for shooters, and they came toward our table. I thought the shooter was over by us or something. Inside, they started.
It was awesome. So they don't care. And then all you're doing by posting that shit is just giving them ammo to be like, the left is trying to tell itself to stop. Look at their evil. But there's nothing there though. There is no political violence coming from the left. You're creating a reality for MAGA. Can't stand it, dude. And if anything, this just ruined the basketball game. Wolves won at least. That's good news. Wolves won, guys. Trump's thing, unfortunately, distracted from the Wolves game. That's another good point. There you go. There, thank you, Mehdi Hassan. Melissa Hortman killed by a Trump supporter. The first person to allegedly take a shot at Trump was a registered Republican. Every study shows more political violence from the right than the left, and it's not even close. It's not even close. It's not even on the. It's not even. The percentages are not even near each other. That's why I can't stand it when political influencers that have debates and they organize political stuff on the left, like mostly Democratic influencers, need to apologize for who? Yeah, it wasn't the left out there and masked fucking federal agents gunning down people for standing against them. And then I didn't hear anybody on the right say, guys, we got to condemn this. Guys, this isn't us. Hey, I know you have mass federal agents out there in the streets roaming around, but we gotta tone the temperature down. Absolutely the fuck not. They didn't. They wanted more. They were upset that Greg Bovino and Kristi Noem were fired. You had like maybe non-politically connected conservatives that don't watch politics all day that had a humanity moment that was like, oh, that was bad. And yes, after Alex Priddy was murdered, that did happen. And a lot of like right-wing people that might not be like MAGA, but they're right-wing and they like the Second Amendment, were able to see Alex Priddy getting murdered in 4K, have his gun taken away. Did you have any? But even then, did you have MAGA go on social media and go, "Hey, MAGA, we got to condemn this. We can't do this. Isn't us. I know we support mass deportations and we support this, but we can't do this." So then, why the fuck is anybody that is a liberal influencer doing that? When it comes to this, which had nothing to do with anyone on the left, and it wasn't a politically motivated thing. Who even knows if it was? Who even knows? And if it was, then it is what it is. Then I'll tell you guys the truth, that it was a politically motivated attempt at Donald Trump, and then it is what it is. That'll be the truth. Then we don't have any of that information. We don't have anything of that. It's the same thing that happened with Charlie Kirk. But with Charlie Kirk, that was weird the whole time, still is. And Donald Trump himself and MAGA came out and blamed the left, and the governor of Utah did the same thing. It was like, this was the left that killed Charlie Kirk. Meanwhile, here we are like in the next year, and you still got right-wing influencers that are trying to find the truth about it. Yeah, right-wing influencers that are like, hey, I don't know. Charlie Kirk, I don't know. That's weird. You got Candace Owens won't stop about it every day. How about how Erica Kirk and Turning Point are connected to that? She doesn't stop. Nobody, it needs to end. Whenever this happens to Trump, or if this is going to continue, one, clearly he likes doing it for ratings. Two, clearly he wanted to use it as an opportunity to promote something. It's not an actual tragedy. They're using it to promote. So then maybe you think like, why does this continue to happen? Which Peter Ducey from Fox News actually did ask. And it was an actual good question. Trump, why does this keep happening to you? Why does this continue to happen? And then after it does happen, there's no changes in the security, or there's lack of security, or blah, 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 blah. Maybe because it's by design, right? Why does this keep happening to you? It's either, man, I'm just can't handle security. And I'm like literally have a 37% approval rating, 36%, I think. What's Trump's approval rating right now? 30 something? I talk about bombing. I'm literally like destroying Christianity, which people will freak out about, because he is, by posting himself as Jesus. Like you're causing political or religious people that are about that to be against you. So you have a lot of people that are likely like could take it there against you, and people that have voted for you that are now pissed because you're bombing Tehran and nobody was held accountable, and the Epstein files, blah, 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 blah. So if you're Trump and you know this and you're aware of how shit you are, you'd want to increase your security, right? Because you're a shit politician, you're a shit president, your approval rating is in the absolute shitter. Where is it? All-time low. Then you use that as an opportunity to promote your ballroom. 36%, April 15th to the 20th. So just 5 days ago, 36% approve of Trump. That's it. 62% of the country disapprove of Trump. 62% do not approve of Donald Trump in the country. Northstar Radio just watched the Wolves game. Everyone else was just watching the Wolves. That's what I should have done tonight. Well, there you go. There was a whole event. Got everyone worked up for a couple hours. And then we go on with our day. Tomorrow's Sunday. Now, will he post himself as Jesus tomorrow? It's Sunday. I'm here to save everyone. We got to bring the country back together. I'm over it now. You guys, I'm over it now. Why are you quote tweeting Laura Loomer? I gotta go to bed. Why are you quote tweeting Laura Loomer? Time to go to bed. Or actually, no, I'm not going to bed. Nope. I gotta have a good distraction. This distraction attempt only make me want a further distraction. So for the rest of the night, I'm going to be on my gaming channel, okay? Because it's time to try to unwind a little bit from all this. So Mercado Gaming on YouTube, guys. I got my new steering wheel. I think I'm going to play a racing game and some other stuff. Play Forza 5. If you guys want to come join, you can do so. I'll be live when breaking news happens, like I promised you guys. I haven't gone anywhere. I'm sorry I haven't been in the mood for daily news updates, because it's literally been RFK penis, Kash Patel drunk, some staffer is like a sugar baby before today, right? Before tonight. It was like slop. And I just couldn't come. I just couldn't fire up a 4-hour stream talking about that. I couldn't do it. I'm sorry. I'm not a good political tracker, I guess, because I just can't. Not a good political influencer or whatever. Because it's the same shit every day, and Trump doing the same rants. So when there actually is breaking news, I got you guys like tonight. So I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Make sure you like and subscribe. When there's more stable news to cover, like something I can continuously cover on a daily basis again, I got you. I'll be back and better than ever. But I just can't rant on this the tabloid fucking garbage. I don't do that. I go out and cover tear gas, flashbangs, war, I'm in a trench, drones, fucking protests, people doing stuff happening. That's what I'm good at covering. I'm good at going to stuff and being there. So I can't rant about raccoon penis to you guys. I can't do it. But I can play my video games for a while, so I hope you guys come check that out. Mercado Gaming, like and subscribe. Discord server link is in the description. Make sure you guys join that for all breaking news updates like today, because this does happen. So make sure you guys are here. Appreciate all my members on the channel. We had so much support today during the stream. I appreciate you guys. Everybody that sent support, for some reason, it's not wanting to show me. I got this something went wrong thing here, so I'm sorry I can't thank every single person individually for what you sent, but if you did, I appreciate it. And if you did, just come to my gaming channel and say, hey, I sent you a few bucks, and I'll thank you then. Like, it's no problem. Just come and say it, because YouTube is fucked right now. I don't know what's going on. So I usually would read what you guys sent, but it literally won't show me. So if you did, come to my gaming channel quick. I'll shout you out and appreciate you. And everybody else, I'll see you guys on the next one. Okay? Like and subscribe, all that good stuff. You guys are great. Members, thank you. Facebook, thank you. Twitch, thank you. Everybody that supports independent media, thank you. You guys are absolutely awesome. More to come. Also, I think I will go live this week because we should talk about Royce White. And we've done some political actions. And he's been asked to be taken out of the race now. So we can talk about that on Monday. I did a stream about that Thursday night, or was it last night? So you can go recheck that stream, but the GOP has asked Royce White to step down now and not run anymore. So shout out to the Renegades and everybody for helping with that. We could cover that a little bit. We'll see what happens, the fallout from this attempted shooting and all that. So I think we will have some stuff to cover this week. So just stay tuned. I got softball tomorrow, softball Monday, but I'll have news likely Monday from everything from today and update you guys on Royce White. I think we will have more daily news updates as we get closer to the midterms. You know what I mean? Like, as we get closer to that, I feel like we'll have all that for you guys, and I'll have more information and more stuff to talk about. Or some other candidates. Like, I can't rant about MAGA all day. They suck. So I need, like, God, even give me a Republican challenger or something to ask them questions. Or, like, you know, like, as we get closer to midterms, there will be more to talk about. More probably, like, just Democrats to highlight and see what their policies are about, or like independents too. You still have the Green Party, you still have the Libertarian Party, you still have other parties. They don't really get a whole lot of attention and kind of cheeks sometimes, like most anyways. Like, I know the two main parties are cheeks, but like when you already don't have the funding to win and then your platform sucks, like I don't really, you know, but we'll highlight them. I'll talk to them. I did during the midterms in Trump's first term. Or during Biden, sorry, I did interviews during Biden's term when midterms came through. So I'll likely do that again. No problem. Interview some politicians, give you guys the takes, go to the conventions in person. There will likely be protests at all of them. So I'll like cover all that stuff. So, you know, it's kind of slow right now, but things will pick back up for Mercado Media and some of the stuff I'm good at covering. All right, guys, that's enough. See you guys tomorrow. Like and subscribe. Peace.